We're in Salt Lake City, and some refer to Salt Lake City as horse heaven. They're not referring that this is a great place for horses to live. They're referring to a graveyard of horses, because horses are being butchered right here for human consumption. You can buy it from food trucks. We're doing an investigation, and that's why I don't look like I normally do, because we're investigating the sale of horse meat for human consumption right here in the United States. Primarily, horse meat is sold at food trucks here in Salt Lake, but we're gonna go hit up some grocery stores that supply food to these food trucks to see if we might be able to get any horse meat or find out who's selling it. It is pretty crazy to be in the United States and realize how much horse meat is for sale, and then the element of crime involving the horse meat is crazy. I mean, like when you see posts online being like, hey, I want some horse, like, well, my neighbor's got 15, well, one will do. I mean, you don't know if they went out and stole that horse and butchered it to eat it. This is absolutely ridiculous, and we'll see if we can get some leads at this grocery store. What are you gonna be doing?
I'm filming from in here.
Yeah, so we'll
Hoping
see.
You're okay.
See how this goes.
We didn't even get to the door before something went wrong.
Okay, we were just gonna go in there, and the internet says they close at 8 o'clock, and they're closed at 7:30. So no luck there. We flew into Salt Lake today, so we're gonna be here working on trying to get as much as we can, but had to line some stuff out once we got here, so might not be able to get any horse meat today, but we're definitely on a mission to get horse meat while we're out here and expose what's happening.
We're here in another location where their food truck often is, that advertises loudly and proudly that they sell horse meat, and it looks like they've already packed up for the evening. It's really hard to track these guys down, and even if we did find them, they may not have it today, because it's kind of like a specialty, a delicacy, they say. But we're looking, we're trying to find it, but we're also trying to get some orders put in to pick up later. So hopefully we can get some horse meat, get a DNA tested, and prove that, for sure they are selling horse meat in Utah. We got nothing but frustration that first day, but we were still researching. We were still trying to find some sources of Hoosi, the horse meat, and we weren't going to give up, but it was getting a little discouraging until we found someone that agreed to sell us some horse meat.
We're on our way to try to purchase some horse meat again. I am literally getting dressed up undercover in the car. So I'm not quite all undercover yet, but we're on our way. Well, hopefully we can get some and get DNA samples sent off and get proof that they're actually shipping, or they're actually butchering horses and selling it for human consumption. So we'll see how today goes this evening. I'm a little nervous, I guess. Well, it's getting later, and we're on our way. We're about half an hour away still of driving to where this horse meat is supposed to have been cooked that we've ordered, and this is just really horrifying that in the United States you can buy horse meat for human consumption. But we'll see if we can get it, and we'll see how this goes. We are driving, it feels like, to the middle of nowhere. We're just stopping to get cameras and the recorders and stuff. And then I'll be the one going up to the door and knocking and asking for the horse meat.
Quarter mile, the destination is on your left.
Hello? Is this Swana?
Yeah.
I'm here for the Nate's Hoosi, 3 plates. We're here for the Hoosi. Nate ordered 3 plates.
Oh!
Yeah. Did we forget?
No, not me.
Okay.
I think my husband forgot to tell me about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because we just barely got home.
Oh, okay.
From Salt Lake. We had a baby blessing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Because he keep telling about the horse.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, it's fine, but remember we're in Salt Lake. Tell them we can come Monday or something to pick it up.
Tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow?
Morning?
Yeah. What
like
time?
8 o'clock? 9?
8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that works.
That work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I'll
That's
tell my
okay.
husband that you guys came here. I thought he will let you guys know about it.
Yeah,
'Cause we
no,
just got home.
I'm Nate's friend. He sent me to pick it up, so
Oh,
he's like,
sorry
"There's not
about that 'cause you're
responding. Go
here.
get it." Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
By tomorrow morning.
okay, 8 o'clock.
So you're just around here,
It
Twila?
just well, it's Salt Lake. Just visiting the weekend.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you came all the way.
Well, it's a pretty drive. So
Man, I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
it's okay.
Because
It's
I told
okay.
him we're gonna come late.
Yeah.
So we just got home.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah, I'll make it work for tomorrow morning.
Okay, 8 o'clock.
Okay, 8 o'clock will work. Sorry about
See
that.
you. Okay, so we are doing a ton of driving. And so
Starting route to 1880.
there was a baby blessing, and they just got home, and her husband mentioned something about it, but then that was it. And need to come back tomorrow to actually get it. And so she said she'd have it ready by 8 in the morning. And I believe on the video, I have to go back and watch it, but she did. I said the Hoosi, and when she was talking to me, she said the horse in there too. So definitely getting good evidence, but boy, this is
Well, it's an extra hour and a half of driving tomorrow.
it's a lot of driving, and we have to get here and get back to the airport in time. And we'll be flying with
Not frozen.
frozen horse meat. So this is definitely going to be interesting. It is close to midnight, and we're back at the Airbnb, and we're going to get some sleep, and then we're going to wake up, pack up. Sometimes you're like, oh wow, look at all the fun stuff they do. They don't realize that we're working late into the night lots of times getting these projects done.
By 7:15 tomorrow.
7:15 tomorrow, so horse meat investigations are not fun. Ryan's feeling better other than my ridiculous eyebrows. We'll get them taken care of, and then crazy late night.
It takes Tawnee a long time to look this good. I guess you can say good.
Good morning, everyone. We're getting ready to leave Utah, and I was really hoping all my undercover work would be done, but it's not. So we drove way out into the feel like the middle of nowhere to purchase the horse meat, which you can't purchase. You're not supposed to be able to purchase horse meat for human consumption in the United States, and you can, which is shocking. So I figured y'all might want to get ready with me this morning. Since I had to put a wig on and everything, I was like really just hoping we could just take a more casual day, go to the airport, whatnot. But anyways, not happening. So I don't know what's gonna happen after I get the horse meat, but I'm gonna have to all the gray hair that I have just like growing in everywhere. So I typically don't wear makeup, and I don't wear jewelry other than if I'm undercover. The point of being undercover is to look different. And that's what I am doing this morning. But this is definitely not my normal routine. So Jason's packing up and I'm wearing his shirt because I did not plan, when we go on trips like this, we just typically will take backpacks. So like I have all the clothes for each day, and then all the clothes that I have horses on them, other than what I already wore for undercover work. So since I'm meeting the same people twice, I'm now wearing Jason's shirt and trying to get a kind of frumpy-ish look going. All right. So I know this is so weird that you get to come along with me for this, but I just never thought that rescuing horses would lead to going undercover to buy horse meat. But apparently, that's what this world has come to. Got a little wispy gray hairs sticking out here. Okay. Let's see, maybe I can turn that up. That might be a little bit easier to hear me while I'm talking. Okay. I'm definitely not a makeup artist. I kind of just slather it on because makeup and me have never had time to get along. Basically, only when I'm going undercover. Is that even-ish? And then I have a black wig, so I have to give myself huge black eyebrows that matched last night. The nice thing about going undercover is typically you don't have to look like you really got it together because you're just kind of if you're going undercover for something fancy, I have friends that would be way better than me. But I can pull off the frumpy-ish, weird undercover look. One time I was undercover in California. This was right before the only arrest that's been made for horse meat in California. Well, for horses being shipped out of California for meat. And I was an auction owner. And so I went in to the auction with a news crew and I was pointing out who different people were and whatnot. And I looked really bad that day. Like, I looked really frumpy. I had a weird black wig on. I actually had towels rolled up to make me look like I weighed a lot more than I did. And yeah, it was quite intense. And this guy sat behind me the whole time. I'm like trying to text the news crew their little hints of like where to look and stuff. And he's just like, oh wow, where's your husband and everything? He wanted to go into business with me to rescue horses, or not rescue, to buy horses, still early. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. And he's like, where's your husband? Well, Jason was out in the car doing his part of the undercover stuff and documenting from out there. And he hit on me the whole time. It was very irritating. But thankfully, we always have backup plans and safety plans. And we had a guy that was behind me for security, and he was sitting there watching the whole thing, thought it was hilarious. I'm just like, oh. But he didn't want to blow my cover. Okay, this is really weird. Black eyebrows. looks so weird. Yeah, undercover work I have been doing for, man, I want to say 15 years, maybe 18 years of undercover work for horses. It looks so strange. Like I said, not a great makeup artist. That looks so weird. Oh man, it's a good thing it's undercover. And I've already made contact with them like last night, so I'll have my glasses and okay, let me get this wig on. I should probably brush it out a little bit. Hold on, where's my brush? That looks scary. So yeah, I just buy cheap wigs off of Amazon or something. But one time we went into this auction and I was undercover and I looked like an 80-year-old woman. Like my skin was all wrinkly. I spent a lot of time on that situation. But what was so funny is when I came out of the bathroom, like I looked really old. And Jason was not thrilled with my look, and I'm like, kiss me, and he's like, no. Okay, here goes the wig. At least my black eyebrows look a little better now. And the fun thing is I got to take all this off before we go to the airport because I don't want to go through, I don't want to spend a day on this. Here to get some horse meat. I mean, come on, this is so bizarre. So if you ever have to go undercover and you have to wear a wig, put some type of hair thing with it. Then you can hide a lot. Oof, she whacked me in my eyeball. But yeah, it's looking better. What do you think? We're on video.
You look very pasty white.
Pasty white.
Yeah,
well, that's kind of what my skin looks like. I wouldn't want to like cover all my skin up. That would be ridiculous, but the one thing I'll say, this investigation, like I've done a lot of different investigations, has been the most, some of the people involved in this are so heartless. And so it comes down to, it just feels like so evil. Okay. We gotta hit the road. I make myself look so strange. Typically, we never show when I'm going undercover, but this time around, we are, because it's not typically what we do when we go undercover. I'm typically not looking like this. But if there's ever some poor person that goes into an auction or something that looks similar to me, well, they will be questioned, I'm sure. Here's the ugly weird part. Alright. It feels really weird too. Sure. Well, I think I'm going backwards. Nope. Yeah, I'm really looking different now. There we go. Let's see.
Well, looks strange. That's good.
It's real hard for Tawnee to make herself look bad. I think she pulled it off.
Yeah. Pulling in. There's the trailer. Their food truck. Thank you. Morning. How are you?
Good.
Aw, thank you so much.
No, thank you. I'm so sorry.
Aw, it's okay. Thank you.
It was 3, right?
3 with Hoosi, yes. Awesome. Oh, it's so warm.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank you.
Get some rest.
You want a picture by their thing?
Got some Hoosi here.
Alrighty.
Alright, so I got it. It does smell weird. That is horse meat mixed in. All these little chunks are horse meat. One of our other investigators that's helping us with this has been in slaughterhouses of horses and stuff, and said when they bought it, it instantly they could just tell the same smell from the horse meat.
That's definitely smells unique.
So this is Hoosi, and it is a dish that's sold prevalently to the public for human consumption. And that is horse meat mixed in with some other things. The horses are being butchered in the United States, and their meat sold for human consumption. It's just so disgusting.
I have smelled some bad smells in my life. I never smelled a bad smell like that smell. It was so bad. Like, I felt literally while I'm filming Tawnee like messing with it, I was almost dry heaving, and I've been around some gnarly stuff in my life. It's so bad.
Well, we got it. We were successful.
It's very sad that
It's
it's
very
available
sad
for sale.
that it's available for sale, but in order to get things like this to stop, it takes people doing like what we're doing to raise awareness, get the evidence, and be like, hey, this is what's happening. So the next step for this meat is to be shipped off to the lab for DNA testing. So then we can 100% certain say, even though they're advertising it as horse meat, like there's booths out here that say hungry horse, Hoosi. It is a crazy, and I think, you know, a really sad thing through this investigation is just investigating and reading comments like, hey, I want some Hoosi, and like, well, my neighbor has a field of 15 horses, they're never there, how many do you need? And they're like, one will do. Like, I don't know if that a horse was stolen out of that field for human consumption. Like, if a horse disappears, you think it's stolen, it's not butchered for human consumption to be sold. Like, just horrific.
And the one they would steal would be the nicest horse.
Yeah,
like,
the friendliest one, easiest one to handle if you're gonna steal a horse. So yeah, it's this particular investigation has been going on for months. This is basically the conclusion of it. We've purchased horse meat in California, worked with officials in California, but through that investigation, we knew that the horse meat was coming from Utah. And so we had to come to Utah to get the evidence, and we got it, and
ship it off to the lab, see if
ship
it's
it off to the lab.
100%, see if it's mixed with something like...
One sample that we got in California had horse and beef DNA, so we don't know if they were mixing it together to try to make it go farther. I imagine this is 100% horse, but the test results will show. But it worked out. I was worried last night when they had forgot to make it, or they were busy or whatnot, and then this morning I just kept knocking on the door. I was like, knock, 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 and nothing, and knock, 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 and nothing, and finally I started hearing somebody move around. But
they were sleeping.
They were sleeping, but the food was warm. It's not, I don't know, food? I mean, I don't know. This is a very awkward investigation, I feel like, because we're both vegan. We've never had meat, and going and buying meat for, like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, we came here to do what we need to do, and then we've got, I mean, today was our last day. Like, there was no other option, and ever since, like, you know, even in Tennessee, we were trying to line up, you know, this Hoosi to buy, and finally the last day,
right before we fly out.
Hours before we fly out. So, really glad that it all came together.
I'm literally like over here gagging. Like, it stinks so bad. Like, I usually can handle smells that are awkward, I guess you could say, aromas. This just smells bad, and I really like, actually, when I was younger, some of my best friends were Samoan, and I really like their food and their culture, and this is nasty. It's gagging me. I have the fan blowing fresh air on my face, and I'm like, do we stop and get perfume? Do we, like, I don't know what we're gonna do. This stuff stinks. Like, it smells really bad. I was hungry. Not anymore.
All right, y'all. I gotta get this stuff off. So glad that this worked this time. Like, California, the meat sale, buying it and stuff out there was really complicated. And they get very skeptical of you. That's one reason I went so far out on this ridiculous get up that I had. But we're at a gas station, and I'm gonna go in, I think, and change in there, but I want to get the horse meat into sample bags, because it it really does stink. It's very nasty smelling. And like Jason said, like we have friends that are Samoans and love Polynesian vegan food. Horse meat is, it smells terrible. And so I would think that the horse meat is what we're smelling. Because I think Hoosi is like a coconut type dish. But yeah, so I gotta get these eyebrows off of me. So yeah, we're gonna put it in little bags. Some of it's gonna be checked in our checked bag, and then some of it will be carry on. I just want to make sure that we get it back where we can send it off for DNA testing. So this has been crazy investigation, but it's been months of working on this project, and I hope now the education part, that's what happens a lot of times. You're investigating and undercover work, and then you finally have the evidence where you can go public, and that's where we're at now. So I'm really excited about that, but oof, it's been crazy. This way, maybe? Yeah. Sure.
Tawnee has absolutely no problem jumping right in, assisting veterinarians with like necropsies or treating wounds or cleaning cat cages or any of the nasty things that have to do with animals. But it was very interesting watching her poke around the Hoosi, because this was a horse that was killed for no purpose other than to sell to feed humans.
Prevalent. Just so sad thinking that was some beautiful, sweet horse. And now it's just chunks of meat, and that was sold for human consumption. And the human health risk of horse meat being toxic, when I'm lobbying in DC, I hear a lot like, I'm like, horse meat's toxic. It's not okay for humans. And they're like, well, it's not happening in the United States, so it's not a concern. It's happening in the United States. This is a concern. So weird. Horse. It's just, in the United States, we, as a country, we do not eat horses. And the fact that horses are being butchered and sold for human consumption is just appalling. So I'll be one sample pack.
I'm having a hard time not gagging. It's just so nauseating.
Thinking of I'm gonna get samples from each one.
Like, we can assume that they just made it in one pot and put it into 3, but it's always good to know for sure.
Yeah. Never seen processed horse meat before. Like in California, when we're doing the investigation out there, like it was the investigator was sending it out to the lab. People are eating horses in the United States.
And like, there's a lot of it there.
There's a lot of horse in here. see what it looks like. And get a picture of it. There's so much of it in here. Like if you come over in here and you just see like how much meat from horses is in here. Like, ugh. So disgusting. It's not like there's just a little bit of horse meat in here. There's a lot of horse meat in here. I think the fact too that we're getting samples that have beef in them, like that's really concerning for people that are eating meat products, that you could be getting horse meat, which is toxic when you're buying meat and you think you're getting meat that is actually horse, because horses are cheaper at auction than cows. So that's like, why wouldn't you? I know in California auctions, I've heard auctioneers say, you know, when donkeys were going through for $50 and goats were going through for $100 for human consumption, they were buying them to. Oh, that's so disgusting. The auctioneer, I mean, this donkey was in there and it was $50, and he's like, "Come on, I'll give you donkey barbecue." And that's why horses need to be protected and equines, is because in the United States there's not a value for them on, like, if they enter the slaughter pipeline or they're just tossed away, they are relatively cheap in the slaughter pipeline compared to cattle and whatnot, and that cheapness puts them at risk for becoming this. So they need to be protected. We need the SAFE Act to pass. We need the SAFE Act would end this. So there's a number of states, including Texas, that in the 1940s said you can't eat horse meat, and they. So there's states that say you can't eat it. California is one of them, which we've bought horse meat in California for human consumption. But the SAFE Act would make it federally that you can't consume horses. Horses can't be sold for human consumption. But we need the SAFE Act to pass because this is ridiculous and it's rampant across the United States. I can find this for sale just about everywhere.
As we conduct these investigations into the slaughter pipeline for horses, we need support. It costs a lot of money to be diving into the horse slaughter pipeline and exposing the realities of what's happening. We want horse slaughter to end, whether within the United States or horses being exported out of the United States. We are working very, very diligently to expose what's happening. And we need support from people like you. So please donate to the Slaughter Pipeline Project and help us keep these investigations going that will expose what's happening within the horse slaughter pipeline. Nobody else out there is diving in like we are doing here at Horse Plus to show you what's really happening to horses within the United States. So please click that donation button. There's links within the description of this video, and help us as we fight for horses.
Horses should be running free in the pasture. They should be loved in a stable, but they should never end up on a table.